Hello, everybody. Welcome to At the Picnic Season 3, Episode 20. We're flying through. We have a wonderful guest again this week. We're going to introduce her shortly. Last weekend, Danny, the old double-header weekend again. It was a lot of travel for a lot of people. So we'll start with Hinamunji. Congratulations to Reg Manning and Dylan Dean with the cup with anything but. Good old Reggie. He loves winning up there, especially his cups.
Absolutely. He's I've lost count of how many of the Hinamunji Cups and that he's won up there. He certainly is one to come up against. If you're a rider, you certainly want to be riding one of his horses, and well done to Dylan as well. They've become a pretty lethal force up there, the pair of them. It was obviously a long drive for a lot of us. I think Caitlin King this year holds the record with Don for the amount of hours travelled, because they both come up from over the other side of Walkanova.
Yep.
So congratulations to them on the longevity of their drives for the weekend and their continued support of that meeting. So really, really good. Field stacked up pretty well. Couple fell away, but the club held a really good day. They had foot races. They had wonderful fashions on the field. It was a great day up there, very hospitable. Their hats are amazing. Thank you, guys. They gave me a free one, and a couple of the other jockeys got free ones.
Nice.
Great day of racing. Obviously, very dry and dusty up there, but look, everybody's in the same boat this year. We're all very dry. And yeah, just a really, really great day of fun-filled activities for everybody up there. And yeah, Balnarring backed it up on the Sunday with a lovely day of weather and some really solid racing as well. So big weekends all
So
round.
Well, at Hinamunji, we'll just quickly go back to we had four doubles. We had two training doubles. That was Rebecca Cully and,
Yep.
and Reg Manning.
Red
Sean Cooper got a double and Lee got a double. And then Balnarring,
double.
Maddie Morris had a treble
Had a treble.
and her partner Reese
Absolutely
had a
on
double.
fire. Yeah,
So
absolutely
well
on
done to
fire
them.
those two at the moment. So
They
it was
are.
great. Maddie's had a fantastic season from a limited amount of rides. She's absolutely had a ball. So it was really, really good to see. And of course, Reese's continued support, obviously with Maddie riding the horses. I think he'd want to put her on, otherwise I think he'd get in trouble. But she's definitely riding in fine fettle, so she deserves to be on every single one of them. So congratulations
Of
to
course.
everybody involved. It was a really solid weekend. So I'm tipping there are a
Absolutely.
few tired riders by the time Sunday night crawled round.
Oh, absolutely. So we're going to welcome our guest. We've got the lovely Robin, who's on the committee at Alexandra. And of course, Alexandra had their cup this weekend, and we're looking forward to that. And we're first of all going to say to Robin, thank you very much for joining us. And firstly, how's the track looking for Saturday?
It's looking great, actually. And we're lucky up there. About 20 years ago, we put in a new solar bore in the middle of our racetrack. And we have terrific water. And then about 6 months ago, things started to go wrong just when you need it to be going right. And we've got a whole new solar array and a whole new underground pump, and the water's just streaming out of the bore, and the track looks terrific. It's green, and I've rated it a 4. Now,
Wow.
it's yeah, no, it is
That
well.
was what the official
Uh,
rating came through at this morning too. So you've done well. You
yeah,
agree with the stewards.
I think I told the stewards what to call it. Oh, come
I thought
on!
you
This is
might have.
this is the picnics.
That's it.
um,
That's it.
yeah, no, we're very lucky to have the bore. We actually share the course with the Alexandra Golf Club, and I think they've already used up their 20 meg dam, keeping their greens going, and they're on to the next 5 meg dam that's next door to our dam that's supported with the solar bore. So I think we're very lucky to have the solar bore, and
Absolutely.
the track is benefiting from it. So we've been really, all this week's been a lot of preparation, ready for the big day, and we're looking forward to a big crowd. From my take on it, I think it's going to be one of the biggest crowds that we've had
Wow.
in the yeah,
Wonderful. Well,
yeah.
the weather gods are certainly looking your way with a nice day of about 30 odd degrees up there. So hopefully it's not going to be too hot. But I think you guys are actually
Yes.
cooler than what we are down here.
Well, I've been watching the weather because I have to for all those track reports we put in, and it's going to be 34, and there's going
Yep.
to be a breeze of about 15 k per hour, and it's going to be overcast. So I think it'll be, it's going to be hot. Yes, slip, slop, slap, all of that. Try and find some shade, but the breeze will make it seem a lot more comfortable, and the overcast skies will make it comfortable too, I hope.
Nice.
Absolutely. No, it'll be a great day up there. So what other activities have you got on course?
Oh, we've got some terrific activities. We've got music, mini golf, and magic. And we've got big pony rides and little pony rides. So we've got the racing. That's the main thing, isn't it? And the Alexandra Cup's the main thing. But we've also got some pony rides for the kids. Oh, we've got face painting as well. I throw that in. But it's Cathedral Golf Club sponsor the cup for us. So we thought we'd get in with the scheme, and we would bring some mini golf so that kids could play mini golf and entertain themselves between the races. So that'll be something different, something fun. And the music is rhythm and blues music by Solo Man and Lacey, a father and daughter team, and they are beautiful. Lovely rhythm and blues, and it will soothe the crowd. We've had them before, and they're just terrific. And the magician, Marco the magician, he just works the crowd like you wouldn't believe. He's terrific. Yeah,
fantastic.
He'll be in and out of
the day out.
Yes, it is. So yes, we are looking forward to some families coming along and enjoying the day at the races. Oh, the other thing that we've got happening is the Lunch is on Us campaign. We're part of that, and I think there are a lot of clubs that have taken advantage of that. And we normally don't go overboard with our food vans, but we've got 4 different food outlets on course, and we'll be catering for all sorts of tastes there. So if people miss out on their Lunches on Us voucher, they can still purchase some lovely food from the various vendors.
Wonderful. So what food vans have you got there for us to go and stick your nose at?
Well, you shouldn't be, because you're still riding, Danny.
It'd be after my race, I promise, but I'm a terrorist for going, if there's any ice cream or anything, look out.
There's fruit for you, but there's a Slovakia van and a curly potato van. The Lions have got their barbecue happening, and we've got Carl and his ice cream van. So
that'll be covered after my race.
Yes,
with 34 degrees, I'll be hitting the ice cream man up after I ride. Let me tell you.
And there'll be a long queue in front of you, I think.
Guaranteed. Absolutely, Murphy's Law. So can you give us a little bit of your background and what your background is with the Alexandra Race Club?
Well, I used to ride when I was a teenager, and I've ridden at Hillsville, and I think I've ridden at Hillsville twice and been before the stewards once, because I had never been taught how to take the horse out of a barrier, or for the horse to take me out of the barrier. Well, I used to ride a horse that knew how to get out of the barrier, and when I was in an actual race, the horse didn't know I was expecting him to take me out of the barrier, and I threw back and pulled him up about 30 lengths behind the rest of the field, and the stewards wanted to know why. But apart from that illustrious riding career, I just turned up at a committee meeting one day about 23 years ago, when they were a bit short of a secretary, and I got the job. And I've been secretary ever since. But we've got a fantastic committee. The committee is very stable. My treasurer and I used to teach together, so we know each other very well. Our president is wonderful. He came on board about 6 months after I came on board, and the rest of the committee all work very, very well together, and we've all been there for a long time. It's been a wonderful relationship.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, very stable. So it's been a fun ride all the way along. But
Oh,
it is
that's
time
really
for
good.
somebody else to. So it is time for somebody else to take over, because we need a few new ideas. So if anybody out there is listening to this and they want a job, there's a job of secretary going at Alexandra Race Club, and we'll hand you, break you in gently.
And needless to say, with that job, you can have free entry and free race book.
Yes, you can. Hadn't thought of that. Yeah, maybe that's where I haven't been selling it well enough, Danny, do you think? Yeah.
I'll try.
Okay.
I can't say I'll be any good at upselling it, but we can only throw it out there. So
yeah.
So you guys have 3 or 4 meetings for the season?
We have 3 meetings for the season, and this season has been particularly long. We started in October on Cox Plate Day, and this is our second meeting. So we've had a big sleep for 6 months, and we have the meeting on Saturday, and then 3 weeks later we have our final meeting on the 5th of April. And we grizzled at the time. These were new dates from the previous season, but Country Racing Victoria were trying to get all the picnics on a Saturday, and some people had to give way. So we grizzled and said, we don't like it. This is a very long season for us. It's the longest season of any picnic club in the business, and we don't want to do it this long next year. So we're hoping that we might get a change of dates, and then a date that's earlier than April next year. So we're working towards that. It's just very hard. And this year, we're lucky. We've got that bore that I was telling you about, the solar bore. We've got plenty of water, and we've been pouring plenty of water on our track. But it is a very long season. It's, like I said, it's about 7 months, and I just don't think it's fair. So anyway, let's see. Next season's a new season, and everybody seems, most clubs seem to be racing on a Saturday. I don't think it's easy to race on a Sunday when there's no racing in Melbourne, but if we all have to go to Saturday racing, well, let's do it so we spread the joy easily and evenly.
Fair enough. Long weekends and public holidays, I don't think any of us we all understand why we have double headers. I know from a training and a riding perspective, the double headers make it really hard when we've got Saturday and Sunday meetings. But it'll be interesting, I think, from everyone's perspective to see what the feedback is after this year, with it being mainly run on Saturdays and with so few double headers. And it'll be interesting to see how people's fields have stacked up with those double headers and the consistency through the season. So I think there's a few different things to take on board. But for you guys, I can certainly understand it is a bit tricky, sort of having one meeting and then having so long off and having to re-prepare everything and reorganise everything so it's all of you. Yeah, everything else is set up again. So that's a very fair point to bring forward.
Yep.
Oh well, they're listening to us. The officials are listening to us, so that's all you can ask.
Yeah, well, that's correct. So you guys have got some really some good fields stacked up for the weekend too. Obviously, you guys are one of the smaller tracks size-wise. So you've got, I think our maximum fields, we've got a couple that have got 10, and we've got a couple that have sort of maximised at 8 because of the tight nature of your track. But it looks like a really good day's racing too.
Yeah, no, I'm really happy with it. It's we're very pleased with the way the acceptances have come on. I honestly think you can have a great race with even 2 or 4 horses. So it doesn't really bother me when there's not a lot of horses, but it is nice to see full fields, and people do like to bet down to 3rd place. So, if we can get down to 3rd place betting, well, that's the aim. But sometimes secretly in my heart, I think sometimes you can have great racing with just a few horses too. Don't you, Dan?
As long as you're not the bookmaker.
Okay, well, the bookmakers love us, and they particularly love us at this meeting. Yeah.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see how it all pans out. Now, who won the cup down at Humunji? Was that which
Reg
trainer
won
was
it
that?
with Dylan Dean. Reggie and Dylan Dean won it. And
on what was the name of the horse? I'm just marking my card here.
Anything but.
Which one?
It's nominated
at
Alexandra on Saturday.
Yeah.
It is, and it's drawn barrier 11 for Alexandra.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And I'll be following it because really I have been asleep at the wheel and I haven't been following all the picnic horses, and I do like to have a punt. So anyway, any hints and clues you can throw my way, very good, because usually I just go by numbers or colours.
Okay, so the only ones I have got for you is Sean. Sean is down on 2 horses. One's the second emergency of Andrew Dale's, and he's also down on Scent to War. He's obviously our leading picnic rider. Lee Taylor, who is not that far behind me, has teamed up with David Noonan, who has got a fantastic strike rate at the picnics with Shaheen. I think Lee's had a couple of rides on him for a win and a second now.
Mm-hmm.
This is yep.
Yeah.
Lee Cooper, did you say?
Yeah. Reese and Maddie have got She's Steaming going around, who gets in at 65.5 and is quite well weighted in this race, I think. If the biggest thing I find
about the cuppa.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
I think honestly with your theory of colours and riders and whatever you feel is probably just as good as any with Alex, because so much of it depends on luck in running on the day. It's a tricky little course, and so much depends on what happens out there. All the game plans in the world are as good as gold until the barriers open.
Well, that's what I love about Alexandra. I love our course. I think it's none of this boring flat rubbish that you get on a lot of other courses. Ours is up on the side of a hill, and you've got and that slingshot corner into the very short home straight is just wonderful. And if you know how to ride that, I think you can ride a few winners like Adam Bodie used to do. I think he learned how to ride that corner. Yeah.
He did.
About that yeah, go on. Sorry.
Yeah. Having some of the horses that liked that track also helps the situation too.
Yeah, you don't want a big horse, probably.
No.
Yeah.
Now, Robin, I'd give you my tips, Robin, but I want you to win, so I'm not going to give you my tips.
Well, I'm actually looking for somebody to run a what do you call it? A betting. When you
Punters
have
Club.
Punters Club.
A punters. That's the word I'm after. A punters club. Are you up for doing a punters club?
No, because I want the people to win. I want your spectators to win. So keep me away from that. That would not be not be a wise choice.
If anyone thinks that they might be able to run a good punters club, get in touch with us and we'll put you in touch with
them. Get it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Cox Plate Day next week. We're making a feature.
Yep.
Now,
all right.
Robin,
we'll put
a question I always ask people on this show: who do you follow in the football? Who is your AFL team?
Melbourne. The Demons.
Was it the Demons? That's a good answer.
Yes.
Don't mind that.
Okay.
You didn't say Carlton or Collingwood, so we still like you.
Oh, well, there's quite a few people on the committee that love Collingwood. So, but we won't mention who they are.
No,
there's a few
we won't.
Yeah.
Oh dear, Paul, you're terrible.
No, no.
You never know, Paul. You could get Kermit out to apply for the job as tipster.
Well, Kermit. Robin hasn't met Kermit, and he'll come in shortly and say hello to Robin. I've already jotted down a few things he wants me to say. So, yeah, maybe Kermit could run the punters club. I mean, he doesn't say
That'd
anything.
be
So
great.
if people abuse him, it's fine. He won't say anything back.
It's about the only time he is quiet too.
Okay, ask him.
So I will.
Yeah.
He'll be in here shortly, Robin. You can ask him. A question for you, Robin. Do you live close to the track, or in Alexandra, or are you out of town somewhere else?
I'm out at lovely Yark.
Oh, you're
Yark.
out.
Oh, no.
Yark, yes. It's halfway between Bonnie-Doon and Yea, so
It is.
out there on a property. So it's
anybody that knows Yark for the pub.
yes, exactly. Or Buck's Bakery, or the
Yes.
Giddy Goat.
Yes, I have heard the
I probably
bakery's
have to
supposed to be
mention
very
all-
good.
What's the Giddy Goat?
Yes. The Giddy Goat is actually the post office, but she's an excellent cook and baker.
Yes.
So if you want breakfast or lunch, you stop at the Giddy Goat.
Oh, there you go.
I probably should mention all the other businesses in town. One of our sponsors is one of our patrons is actually Koala Cherries, and they have a huge packing shed in town, and they are wonderful supporters of our club, but also lots of other organisations in Murrumbidgee Shire. So very proud of them. Yes. So we
Love a
also
good
have
cherry.
the Yark Bookshop. Yes. Okay. They're very good, and the local cherries are exported over to all sorts of places.
Wow.
You probably
They
know
go everywhere.
Yeah, but the cherry season's finished, so they've quietened down a lot. Yeah. Now we've got some good sponsors at our race meeting. We've got the Cathedral Golf Club, as I mentioned, and we've also got the local farm contractor, Ernie Hadfield. He does a lot of hay and fencing and stuff like that. And the Rubicon Hotel Motel at Thornton is a beautiful old 70s style pub with a large motel attached, and a lot of people going to the races are actually staying out there. But it's sort of like the diversity of the whole area. We've also got we've got farming with Ernie. We've got the hotel motel for accommodation, and there's lots of
Darlingford
holiday club. The boat club. Now this is a boat club for houseboats. So when they have a sail past, and they do have a sail past of that boat club and several other boat clubs, it must be spectacular, because I haven't actually seen it. But if you've got 50 or so houseboats in a boat club and they all go sailing past, it would take a hell of a long time, but it would also be very spectacular, I think.
Certainly would be.
Yeah. So is this the
Mrs. Kermit Robin? Hello. I've had to peg him up again because he's drinking all my beer and eating my food. So I have to try to keep him. Now he said you've got a magician there on the weekend. He's a good magician. He's good at hiding things. So do you reckon he can get up there and show a couple of magic tricks?
I think he would. What, Kermit or the magician? The magician could actually hide in Kermit, I think.
Please do, and not find him again. And Kermit's also interested in the secretary's job. How do you reckon he go?
Oh, great. Yeah, no, I think he'd be terrific, actually. He wouldn't be able to fight back if he got any complaints, would he? If you can't
That's exactly
talk,
right.
He'd just have to stand there and take it, like you said. That's right.
And his hands a bit floppy. So now he's keen on getting a pony ride and his face painted on the weekend. Can we organise that?
No worries. You coming up? Are you going to be there?
I'm not, but Kermit will. I'm sending him up on the bus. I'm not taking him. And please, you can stay there. Don't send him back.
Okay, all right.
He's not allowed in
He'll be
my
a
car.
real
He might
attraction.
fart too much.
That's it. So there you go. So, and he's going to put in a complaint to Picnic Racing Victoria for you about your meetings, all right? So we'll get that sorted.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, they're the sort of complaints we want. But I
All
think
right.
he'd be ideal for the punters club, as you said. As you said, yes.
He'll just point, go up to the bookies and just point.
Yes. Point.
That's great.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Terrible,
All
terrible,
right.
terrible.
All right, Robin. Thank you so much for joining us, Robin,
Yeah.
and giving it an insight for the
Okay.
weekend.
Thank you.
I hope you get a really good crowd, and I hope the races are all
Yes,
spectacular, and I hope they're all close. Nothing better than a whole lot of
they will
close
be.
races and no one wins by a lot.
Thanks very
That's
much for
right. I
joining
reckon.
us tonight. Thank you very
Yeah.
much to Picnic Bet for
Yeah.
having us put this on every week and driving everybody bonkers in the process.
Of course.
Really looking forward to getting back to Alexandra. It's going to be a great weekend up. So if anyone's in the area, absolutely get along. It's a great day out.
Absolutely. And good luck to
Too
everybody
right.
in the Cup.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
All right.
Paul.
Thank you,
Thank
Robin.
you very much.
See you later, everyone.
Okay.
See
Take
you,
care.
Robin. See you
See ya.
Saturday. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
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 Bye.